We are in Missouri because I was very interested in the cattle industry. I used to do that when I was a kid, working my way through school, showing cattle, knew it was all done wrong. So I promised myself someday if I ever got a chance, I'd come back and do it right, do it my own way. Consequently, we have about 15,000 acres of ranch land here, and one of the biggest registered cattle herds in the United States. And we do some very serious cattle breeding, very, very serious cattle breeding. We sell a lot of breeding stock to other people. That's growing as fast as the oil. So that's a dream sort of come true. It's happening. And coming to Missouri is my game of golf. Getting to be here with all the guys and just ride around on pickup trucks and four-wheelers and look at stuff and say we need to do this and need to do that. We've got bulldozers going all the time. Between the ranch and this together, we are definitely the biggest employer in the county. But we did something here. We went overboard with the racetrack to the point that we thought this thing's never going to pay off. Because we spent a lot of money on it, wanted to make it the best it was. Actually, we started out, we was going to build the nicest women's restrooms in the country and build a racetrack around it, but we kind of got carried away. So we ended up with what we have. And although it was a huge investment, it's something for Missouri to be very proud of. Anybody comes here knows this is the best. By adding the boat drag strip to it, as he said, it's the very first one. We have the boat drag race series, which you may or may not know about. But we've been racing on ponds and lakes and rivers. Had a lot of guys getting killed. We're getting more and more popular, so it's growing fast. Getting more of the top fuel classes. So we decided we would build the first real racetrack where we can control the water, control safety, control the depth. We have the best safety crews in the world, but if they're a long ways from the boat and they don't know the depth of the water, sometimes it's hard to get to everybody. So there's no reason anybody getting killed here anymore. We already proved it worked. Now we're hoping some other people, other places will have us come and build them one because we can do it ourselves. We have our own equipment, our own people, did it all. Gary Hubert, the general manager here, best dirt working guy in the country. In fact, he's in California at a racetrack out there. We have an off-road series out there now. He's out there erecting bleachers. We built our own bleachers now. The oil business is doing good. We are in every continent, more and more countries all the time, fast growing. Africa is going to be a big market for us. We have offices in England, Australia, Canada. But really, the trucking business is what got us started. Making our own oil for trucks. We got it started in truck stops. And then eventually moved over to the auto parts industry. So it's sort of a American success story. You know, we never went in debt, or not in debt. When we did the deal with the Colts, 2008? 2008 is the first year that when it opened, so we did the deal with them in 2006 because they also sponsored it for the 2 years of while it was under construction, so it never had a chance to be called something else. From the day they started working on it, it was the Lucas Oil Stadium. And that worked good for us. That gives a big bump in business. It brought a lot of attention to the world, people who didn't know what Lucas Oil was. So there's a lot of questions, obviously. What is it? A lot of people went to auto parts stores and stuff saying, what is Lucas Oil? And our first products are the one that the guys obviously talked to him about, and those took the big bump. So that's good. We expect that to go on. The money that we've made, we put a lot back into racing. There's a lot of racing series that would be dead right now if it wasn't for us. And you ask any racer and they'll tell you that. especially in these hard times since 2008 when the world fell apart. A lot of these racing series just went broke. We picked them up, cleaned them off, put them on television, and made them successful. So a lot of our main events for all these races we have here. It's perfectly wired for television, and you'll see us racetrack on television a lot. That's the reason we kind of did it over the top, to make sure we had real good lights, good sound system, the best of everything here. We got an award from Bose for having the #1 Bose sound system in the world. Got Musco lighting, as he said. We have the big screen, everything you'd expect from a big NASCAR track we have right here in Wheatland. A lot of money has followed us into racing. I'm very proud of that because we've been able to make sponsoring racing work for us. Lots of other companies have done the same thing. A lot of them come in and joined us on our Team Lucas side, which, like I said before, is a conglomeration of all things, including our television. So people want to be in the show. We are able to put them in the show and be very subtle about it in a way. We're not the only ones doing it now, but we were one of the first of them that ever started it. So we put on very good racing. We spend a lot of money preparing our tracks. We make sure it's all the best, and I'm constantly watching it all. If I can't be at the race, I will watch it on television, and I'm the biggest critic we got. Ask anybody in California. They will tell you. It has to be the best. But we have very good managers. We have the manager of our boat drag series. Back there? Yeah, they just happened to be passing through, and they stopped in for this. And, of course, he manages this here. I have very good managers of all of these different racing series. Tractor Pull, the late model series, they're not here. But there's a lot of stuff up here you can see after a while on exhibition. And just bear in mind, you got something in your back door here that you probably didn't know you had. And in the racing world, this is a famous little place. But you got to come out and see some of it and really enjoy it. I do. It's my favorite place to come racing. We have a race of some kind going on virtually every weekend. A lot of times 3 or 4. We'll be filming 3 or 4 different things in one weekend a lot of times. But when I can, I want to come here because I love the people. It's good racing. And that's about it.